don't claim to be a part of the quote-unquote Hebrew Israelite movement. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahanna, we stand alone.
Okay.
We are not. We put that disclaimer on all our videos. We're not affiliated with no other Israelite group or organization.
Okay.
Because we don't believe the same thing they believe. Now, as far as the approach and yelling at white people, we do believe that every response is measured.
Okay.
So now, when you see a video of somebody coming up and somebody's just how you came up respectful. Has anybody disrespected you at all?
No. And I'm glad I met you guys.
Every response is measured. You know, if somebody came up and was disrespectful, they're going to get a measured response.
Okay.
You know, we're not a violent organization, but we believe in self-defense. That's our American right. I'm sure you understand that for sure.
Well, and the thing is, too, I thought, if I meet a group like I just described, I still wanted to go up to them and say, hey, guys, you know what? I looked into this. I know you guys are the real Israelites, but I think people are going to have a hard time listening to your message because of your approach. But
what you bought. You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. But that was my niggas. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under Commanding General Yahanna. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth, this shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey.
Westworld.
Right. Everything is lawful. Westworld. The pressure on. I remember bringing nothing home. Make a little just to make it known. Steady, ready, better watch your tone. When I was 5'7", I was breaking. I had the 5'7", now I want the chrome. 9'11", I was in my zone. Lose the argument or lose your dome. Keep cool, ain't no running up. How damn, now I'm coming up. They coming against me, you dumb or what? You drawing, you done enough. They told me don't rush it, just wait my time. Paying attention, I see the signs. Coming right to me like Amazon. No time for distractions, I'm on the grind. Little shorty, your ticket, she knows she fine. Got a couple of so never mind. They throwing the shade cause they know I shine. Reason I'm going in overtime. You stuck in your ways, you keep fantasizing. I just go get it, don't think about it. Don't make it an issue, it ain't a problem. Not too much talking, just organizing. One Westworld, no way around it. Heavy, so you know I'm grounded. Too sturdy, I'm well rounded. Tunnel vision, I don't see a challenge. Get a minute, I'm killing it. Case closed, I don't need a gavel. Know you hate it, don't even matter. New page, still the same channel.
People might, but just never forget that I do not. Always have that fresh in your mind. That I feel absolutely nothing for your pain and your problem. Because I know that all of your pain and problems are a test to make you stronger.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready, then stay inside. You drowning away, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified.
Seeing if you're gonna step up in Westworld, you're gonna run.
You stick to the end, you get glorified. Let's make it official, I'm one of them. One of the greatest, is no exempt. It took me a minute to figure it out. I was struggling, get it made a man. I shuffled the deck and I played my hand. Just give me a reason to put them on you. Didn't believe that I had me a vision. Should I believe that you niggas loyal? We giving up game, they fumbling plays. I'm tired of talking, I'm racked out. Before that we started, they tapped out. I jumped in my duffel and blacked out. What you witnessing is elevation. Glory road to my destination. The haters, it's a celebration. And I put that on my reputation. When the fall, this a demonstration. Get sick and I know they hate it. One Westworld every season. Hot boy, this dedication. I'm giving game, I don't need favors. Go against us, you gon' see the danger. You ain't family, you a damn stranger. I'll beat your ass, I don't need a baby. I don't got time for excuses. I'm plotting on making the killer. I'm getting the feeling, they know that I'm coming, I'm running. Let's get to the business. I was still playing my post. Taking the rim like diesel. Don't run with too many people. I don't feel none of us equal. None of us equal.
And there are some brothers and sisters that know that so much, they would never leave you. They would never abandon you. Since you have to stay alive here, they'll stay alive with you.
I live in a world where we coincide. If you're not ready, then stay inside. You drowning away, you gonna ride. You stick to the end, you get glorified. You stick to the end, you get glorified.
They're one West. 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 They're one West.
A Palestinian committed a terrorist attack in America last night and is getting no news coverage.
Running through and started killing anybody that got. 100%. That's insanity. As far as any structural, I mean, I haven't been in yet. I just got here.
Of course I did it on purpose. You think I'm crazy? No, I am not. Because seriously, this is at least what I can do. Because I'm gonna kill myself if I don't do something with watching children genocide every freaking night. And we'll get up in morning, evening, just seeing people dying. Yes, of course. I don't do anything, I'm gonna really have a heart attack sitting in my freaking chair. I can't. This is at least, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm just freaking getting my anger out. I can't. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe you should do something. Freaking country support the freaking Israel. The #1 country supporting the genocide. maybe you have to do something about it. Stand up for the right side and really look at the freaking news. Maybe you should do this.
Yes, sir.
Get your information real quick.
Guys, I'm sorry.
got- so
I
this
wish
guy
I
rents
could
out your
do
house?
more for my country.
These
But
brothers in the
seriously,
building, brothers
I
in the
never
school.
heard to
Step over
fly.
here, 'cause she's talking too loud.
We are not associated with the white Jews or the Caucasian Jews or none of that over there.
Free Palestine.
I'd like to see her face if I could.
Well, she's not letting me freaking fix my hijab, my cover. Free Palestine.
This a Batman tool. I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit. Alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building. We in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy. You on holy ground. They in the building. We in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop ball. I die for, I let my colors fly, ball. For a nigga take me, they a drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they sing about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my life feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze, I'm one West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's by any little nigga, this that cult, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy. You on holy ground. They in the build, we in the spot. We can go to war. Let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK, bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard by. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's one West practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock fire rapido. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy. You on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, 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 I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
All black is the uniform. Soldiers dead and gone. I'm forever pouring liquor for them. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies for them. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks. They call this shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose, nigga.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking the moment they are called. Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughters safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraphs or forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. Put me in the Supermax, I get super jacked, working out every day, canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my fate. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their name. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
Listen to no fake news, them can't. Could do all it out and them never fear news. Notice I just be a bad bitch, I get forward from with you. But the one you have feel good girl them lazy. She never did a pictures, R-rated. Never did a pictures, half naked. Me never did a piggy R-bait things half way, that's why me give R-ratings. She never did a pictures, half naked. Never did a pictures R-rated. Me never did a piggy R-bait things half way, that's why me give R-ratings. I know every girl a wife material. I know every girl forget the juice in my seed bag. I know every girl me trust to cook my food, nor boil my tea, not tea, put the milk in the cereal. Me like a catty when medieval. When we wash for cook for clean and no fuss. When she hear me get a new girl, I know that me mean when me say me fight me demons. Multiple wife legally, no illegal. Yeah, straight, me go crazy. I know every catty can be my first lady. I know every press plus body done pay for plus Tatiana no fit in and no Mercedes. When me say oh luxury dolly fi nurse baby, a trouble when luxury dolly turn old lady. So big up every girl we don't lazy. Your body big, but why your mommy donate it? R-rated. Never did a fi dress half naked. Me never did a fi give R-bait things halfway, that's why me give R-ratings. She never did a fi dress half naked. Never did a fi dress R-rated. Me never did a fi give R-bait things halfway, that's why me give R-ratings. She now wait pan money for reach her and donation. She make reach her man donation. 101, but he waste gal a pull her for leave her man, but she stay strong. She know say them are no friends, them are haters. Them sleep with every man in the acre. Can't get nobody for stay long and want the advice for relation. Baby no listen to no fake news. Them can't keep a man cause them never stay true. Could do all it out and them never pay dues. Never shut them out and them wicked and cruel, eh? Bag a man a rush but them just a get yours. Everything them have them did a fear blows. Instagram live them nude for the views. Baby that I know you though. Sure, R-rated. Never did a pictures half naked. Me never did a piggy R-bait things halfway, that's why me give R-ratings. She never did a pictures half naked. Never did a pictures R-rated. Me never did a piggy R-bait things halfway, that's why me give R-ratings. One wish.
Hey, y'all, Socio-economic. Hey, what's going on, Cap?
You tell me. I see.
Damn.
I see.
Audio, you didn't hear me?
No, I hear you perfect.
Wow, I can't hear you. Hold on.
I hear you good.
Hold on.
Loud and clear.
One, two, one, two, one, two.
All right, I hear you. Coming
You
in
can hear
different,
me?
but yeah, coming in different by hearing you.
It's worse or it's better?
It's I don't say worse, but you could hear a little static. But it sounds like you're in an enclosed area. That's all.
Okay, I want to talk music. Okay, what about now? Does it like need the volume to go up or down or something?
I would say take it up a little bit. A little bit.
What about now?
A little bit. A little more.
What now?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, you could see here a little static, but you know what I mean. You could hear you loud and clear.
Okay, let me try one more. How about now?
Same thing. Now you take it out. Now I'm not hearing the static.
You ain't hear me static again.
Yeah, now you're sounding clearer.
Okay. I think I found out what it was. Okay. That'll work. All right, let me know if the audio go out. That's all I do.
Okay.
Yes, Socio-economic.
Yeah, what's going on? What your opinion?
Socio-economic.
What's good on Kappa?
I'm super to
Where in the earth are thou tonight? I know you're traveling, man. You might be right now in a bunker, just we the big ground.
just trying to be like you, Adawan. Just trying to be like you. So.
You don't surprise me. You go into the Latino countries. You go to the Hispanic speaking countries and doing food drives when they don't know English. I don't know how you do it. And you ain't get locked up. You listen. People go to the countries and end up in a jail making a damn phone call from a smuggled cell phone. Kapaz goes to DR. I think he on his way to Haiti soon with Captazar. Yeah, I don't know how they're doing it. You know what I mean?
Kapaz
Yeah,
living it.
How it working? Yeah, we go ahead to
Yeah, the reason why you can do that because he had to look like the Yahanna because you pass one of them because I say I will have to brace him now and say hey, he had a kind of one of them trip. I had to go back across it.
The pass for Simeon Barilla. Yeah, man. What's good on Kizak? How you feeling?
Tawab, sir, you should make a thumb.
Because I look like you have a dumbbell right by your ankle.
Yeah, I mean, it's my one of the dark for Commander Johnny. How was looking I'm in the judge giving my hand. Yeah, man. Next up is headquarters. ISUPK headquarters up in New York. We're gonna be doing cookouts up there. So yeah, I mean, make sure I'm getting in. You know what I mean? Make sure I'm getting in. There's so much going on. So much. Where y'all want to start? Where y'all want to get in tonight?
Boy, there's some good stories you have here too. Copy there. Let me see. Which one you want to hit on? You like any
Salaki, sir, if I may, can we start at the DC is rated the most undesirable city to live in?
That article, them people they are taking everybody there to counsel. I don't give a goddamn what nobody says. Taking everybody to counsel. Yeah, I mean, everybody in that article. Yeah, I mean, where we at number? I think it's down to the bottom, right? 16.
16, Kawakan, sir. I just want to say, Salaki, sir.
No, go ahead, Salaki.
No sweat. So I just want to say, to add some context to this article, sir. I mean, I'm kind of biased. You know, we just got back from Detroit for the Midwest Fire Weekend, so I'm like, damn, DC is not compared to these other cities. DC is not what I thought it was.
This is how you put it in your transfer request. You're doing it like this publicly. I deserve, right? I deserve that shit. First weekend back after you went to Detroit, Midwest, Detroit, Chicago, you probably told Arawadi, you put that one on and put it down in the end because hey, Salaki, because we start Baba Kushah, please come aboard. If you start number 16, DC is the word city. Well, I just gotta say, I'm coming back from the Midwest. Unbelievably overplayer. I'm stubborn. That's it.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna buy a ball and a chain and tie you in Monumental.
So like you say, that request for winning it.
Taking place here. You do all the cookouts on the Zoom to that. He'll be like this. You see what's going on?
I see. Now I was real surprised. I was real surprised because everything I ever heard about Detroit was just negative. I've never heard anything positive about Detroit in my life. In my lifetime. Now I heard about what it used to be, but in my lifetime, I never heard anything positive about it. And so to see ISUPK Detroit and how they are the light within that city under Commander General Yahanna, it's like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Detroit got it going on, you know what I'm saying, in the UPK.
No bullshit. You're absolutely right. I remember we went up there a few years ago for that Detroit trip. I think I rolled with Captain Ash, John Sharma, John Kathum, Captain Ash. And we rolled up there, brother. And Detroit was, you know, it was right. It's definitely a city where the politicians totally tear the city up. You know, you know what I mean? At that time, they had a bad road problem, real horrible. But Detroit is, you know, that whole Midwest zone, I'm gonna say, that whole Midwest zone is really, almost like a hidden away. You know, from Chicago, Minnesota, Indianapolis, Detroit is really, you know, it's real culture, real vibe, real hospitality too. You know what I mean? For, you know, so-called up north city, it has a different, almost like a downtown vibe, at least in my opinion. You know what I mean? And there's a ton of tribes out there too. Yeah, ton of, you know, Salvador out there as well. Ephraim's out there maybe too. You know what I mean? So yeah, well, Kazaki, you have my email, so you know you can send that transfer request in. Tonight I'm gonna put all my incoming inbox mail to spam, so it's never me. Sent it, I never get it. It's shit. It beats me. Beats me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just had to say this article remind me of the COVID vaccine. Remember, they was trying to say things about the COVID vaccine, so black people won't go get it, but your Caucasian will go get it. This is a ploy to more than likely get Negroes out and bring more of them in. You know what I mean? To make it more desirable, because they for sure want DC back. I mean, they want that back, but the element which is the so-called minorities in the city, they want them out. They totally want them out. That's why DC get kind of loose with the gun laws, because more of them coming in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this whole thing, you know what I mean, this whole article here with, you know what I mean, DC, not knowing the type of the perks that have living in a state like this, like DC.
Right.
You know what I mean? A ton of stuff you could get as a DC resident, you're not getting it nowhere else. Nowhere else, in no state. You're not getting that type. You know what I mean? So I think they write this article up in a way to try and, you know what I mean, distract, you know what I mean, us. You know what I mean, for sure.
What's going on? Yeah,
but
oh, everything to Wildcat. How y'all doing?
That's serving the notice in public. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell him. The fashion, plotting to go to food drives where they don't even speak English. Yeah, I mean, these UPK brothers now, and there's no stopping them. Commander Yahanna said it. These are no limit warriors, man. When listed, yeah, I mean, and do their thing. Yeah, man.
I'm right.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it. Because I think that would be a reason, so, especially where Nak was talking about with how they're trying to really reclaim DC.
Right.
The crime situation in DC, not to mention the whole January 6th thing with how the politics is. So I want to hear what they got to say.
Right. Come on, sir. Americans think DC is the most undesirable city to live, according to new study. The District of Columbia was the most undesirable city for the second year in a row. Americans consider Tampa the most desirable major metro area in the U.S., and Honolulu was the most desirable mid-sized metro. About 73% of Americans like where they live, but 59% said they still get frustrated by their city or state, and 43% said their state embarrasses them. DC ranked most undesirable. The District of Columbia was ranked as the most.
Nobody asking them bastards to leave America. They stay embarrassed to leave. And that's what they tell us. If they don't like it, then nobody asking them bastards to leave America. Got that? Right. Let's say DC and Tampa, Florida is the number one. Where's that who's that guy? What's his name? The one down there in Florida who been making all the crazy racist statements.
DeSantis.
DeSantis, right? He's the governor. And people think that's the best place to live in America. Wow. That's why. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The District of Columbia was ranked as the most undesirable city for the second year in a row, according to researchers at Clever Real Estate, who surveyed 1,000 Americans, adults, in June to find out the best and worst places to live in 2024. About 33% of Americans said it was one of the top 5 worst cities in the U.S., up from 20% who said the same in 2023. The district is one of the most expensive cities in the country, and 65% of Americans surveyed in the study said that a high cost of living makes a place undesirable. Despite this, another recent study found DC the best place for working parents to live. According to the findings, DC topped the ranking with high scores in both the work and health categories, with 25% of its workforce being remote and registering 350 pediatricians per 100,000 children.
So,
looks like
in other words, they have certain resources, I guess, other locations wouldn't have.
Right.
That's kind of understandable. The nation's capital, the politicians present. DC is a very transient city too, where you have a neighbor for 4 years and election come around, a new president, and they're gone. Their neighbors is gone because they was tied to whoever was in the office. They was damn near part of the government in some way, form, or fashion. So, certain things would be all the way accessible or more accessible. Just because of that, certain things just gonna be in place. I guess because of that other cities probably wouldn't necessarily have.
Right.
So say cost of living, they're looking at cost of living. And what's the other thing?
And the work, so let me find it. The work and health category, sir. For working parents to live in.
And somehow this is even Tampa is better.
Huh.
No, that I think I see what you saying. Like that sounds like it's white. This is a white article. This is white. And go down Florida where the real, go down Florida and be free and DeSantis and that type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder what's demographics for the people in Florida and Tampa. If you're trying to say, well, you're trying to direct, black people to Tampa, so you could have DC. You know what I mean? And it's almost as if they're trying to say that the cost of living in DC is what driving people, out. But at the same time, you had one of the best what they call it, pay, if you want to say, you know what I mean? So, ain't nobody trying to leave DC to go work in Tampa. And unless, you making approximately the same amount of, I don't know. I had to talk to somebody who do that.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If I could too, and I think the article mentioned about remote, and how do they know? It kind of throws it off, because how do they know that the people who are working in DC are not working remotely from Tampa? Because when you do remote jobs, there's sisters that have remote jobs. They in one time zone, and their job is headquartered in California.
Yep.
So, what I'm saying? Like when you deal with remote jobs, it kind of varies. You know what I'm saying? It kind of varies because you don't have to be in that city to work for that company. You can be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? In certain jobs, depending on your category and what title you have. So, a lot of these things about the cost of living, a lot of that is coming up now because you got a lot of things going on in real estate. You got a lot of things going on with Airbnb. Some people saying it's the death of Airbnb because a lot of these cities and these states are putting regulations in. So you got a lot of things going on, but every city has a demographic, and every city, like I said, some cities may be tailored to healthcare. You may be better in that city with haircare. Some cities are better with tech in the tech industry. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. And I'm gonna tell you something too. When it comes to racial demographics, that like the way our oppressors look at living conditions compared to us is totally different. They look at air quality. They look at scenery. They look at a whole different things. And really, to be honest, they are with the elite of them. They don't have to worry about this issue, because wherever they move, they can put their industry, or they can relocate their industry to where they plan to move. You got some CEOs of certain companies. I was somewhere in Louisiana. I was taking care of some business, and I was talking to this guy, and he worked for some He worked for Amazon, and he was some big guy up there at Amazon. And he would say, "Yeah, you know, I moved from Silicon Valley, and I'm out here. I just felt, you know, his daughter was going to one of these universities out here, and he relocated. And they paid for him. You know what I'm saying? His headquarters is still over wherever he was at in California or Silicon Valley somewhere, but he's here working. You know what I'm saying? And he's a so-called Edomite. You know what I'm saying? So they can move and they're able to relocate not only, you know what I'm saying, where housing, but they can put industries where they want to live at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They can break ground. They can open up a satellite office. It's really not an issue for them. You know what I'm saying? We live we can afford. We live, you know what I'm saying, where we can get hired at. You know what I'm saying? So and then another aspect is when you look at a lot of these jobs, the good jobs, a lot of times brothers and sisters have to travel an hour and a half just to get the decent paying jobs. Some of them don't have public transportation. They got to find a way, or, you know, Uber away, an hour and so away, just to earn a living in this place, man. So these articles I believe some of these articles are loaded with, you know what I'm saying, undertones that that you, like I said, you got to pick apart depending on, you know what I'm saying, your field of study or your field of work. It's like I yield.
For the work, do you need a
Salaki, if I could. Also,
you finished?
I'm finished. Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So
yeah, go ahead.
Also, they might be talking about also the ISUPK in Washington, D.C. been rocking it out all these years. You don't want to come there and get cut. You might be telling these people, look, you don't want to come to D.C. and see them UPK guys and get your life changed and get your mind rearranged and scrambled. Shit. So, because I know when I was in D.C., great brotherhood from the UPK. So, I'm saying.
I feel it, but then they're gonna go down Tampa and get their wig split. Yeah, and them down there ain't taking no prisoners on the street. None. No one of them down there, young brothers, they ain't taking no prisoners on the street. And don't go put out the 12 gauge sort of like Shawoyala and Rakabia and them, man. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be no prisoners at all. So, but I see what you're saying. What you're saying is very political. It's definitely DC. They've been moving people out of DC to PG since 2010. You know, I mean, trying to put people outside. And of course, this mayor right now. I don't know who wrote the article. Is the article like a Fox article or NBC article or the Time article? Who wrote the article?
It's Fox, sir. Fox 5.
Fox 5. Fox is, you know, they say Fox 5 is different from Fox. But I know, you know, it's all the Fox, that old Republican Fox to me. DC is supposed to be Democratic. It's run by that Muriel Bowser, a black woman. She's been holding it down for the longest while. She came up against Trump real heavy during after the January 6th and during the George Floyd riots. You know what I mean? So this could be more of an attempt to say that she ain't running the city right, to try to get her out, to fully get her out. Because a recent report she had, she was not in favor, you know, in good standing with the DC public. You know what I mean? Like this page, she don't have that much favor anymore. So all this could be, you know, more attempts to help shovel her out quicker. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Swaying, using the media to help sway and, you know, get her out and put whoever they want in. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Cap.
No, Cap, what you're saying is spot on. Because when you really look at it, you got to be careful with a lot of these articles that's coming out now because we're in a political campaign election season. So a lot of these op-eds that people are writing are trying to sway you from different sides, trying to sway you from, you know, and DC is a political city. Remember that, like Captain Mashak said, the mayor is a quote unquote black woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, and on the Democratic side. So you got to remember a lot of these op-eds people are writing or these polls. You know, these statistics can be swayed. You know what I'm saying? I know Captain Nathak, you know, he's the expert in statistics. He know about this. Like you can play with make the numbers look a certain way. You know what I'm saying, to whoever your target audience is. So a lot of people, they still pick up the newspaper. They still pick up the New York Times at the newsstand. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the internet fool you. They can still go on here and add different things, but people still read. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of these donors and things like that, they still read. So all these things are important to make sure you pay attention to when you read these articles. Salaki.
Yeah. And you correct, Kahan, too, because most of these articles, that's the oppressor way of fighting. You know what I mean? Like this is, you know what I mean, first way of, you know what I mean, basically, you know what I mean, fighting basically. You know what I mean? And this war that going on here with the so-called Israelis and Palestinians and stuff, you know what I mean, it opened my eyes to the news in a way where, you know what I mean, you could clearly see them trying, you know what I mean, being biased to something. You know what I mean? And this article, you could clearly see them being biased. This ain't no, you know what I mean? You can't take this article and run with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to pick you know what I mean? They clearly try to have an agenda. You know what I mean? And it ain't for black people.
You definitely have to take it with a grain of salt. I would say DC definitely have a crime problem currently. It's a serious crime problem. You know, currently right now. The education system in DC is definitely not the greatest. It's absolutely definitely. So there definitely are concerns and things to be concerned about, but to say, you know, but again, I think the headline was the least desirable, which is different from this. Desire is, you know, that could be anything. You know what I mean? Like like I put desire, that's really subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The opposite thing would be worse based on certain stats or whatever. So what they desire is probably to get away from politics. What they would probably desire is to not have that type of multicultural city, multi-background type of city. You know what I mean? Like you have a city where one quadrant of the city is just embassy. You know what I mean? You go on a certain side of the city, it's only diplomatic cards you see it. And you go into, you know, you could run into somebody from Estonia, from wherever. You get the point, from you know, who knows where, because of the type of city DC is. So it could be that the people they interview just kind of want to feel America again. You know what I mean? To feel that thing. And Tampa is the new Texas. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Like Tampa is the new good old, you know, that type of Texas vibe. So the desirable part of it is, you know, again, that's really subjective, is your preference and stuff like that. But it's for sure, it's a few layers to this thing. Definitely a few layers to this, for sure.
Sir, if I may.
Yeah, please.
And you said something that made me go deep dive, and I just did a little research real quick. Out of the 10 cities, out of the 10 cities that they listed as the most desirable, 9 of those have black mayors. I just want to throw that out there. The only one that has a white mayor is Detroit.
Of the 10 cities that most desirable or least desirable?
Least desirable. Out of the 10 cities that they listed as the least desirable, DC being one, they got 10. 9 of those have black mayors, sir.
Cold talk to water for that. You see why I had to get out of the I can't let you go nowhere, bro. You gonna pull his files out where there's a hunk. You come look at that. Because I get that nigga in the courtroom, you think the case going one way. He running the court. After the doing the file, after the lawyer whisper in your ear. And your eyes open this big. You run up, Your Honor, exhibit number 10. Right here. Hey, that's what it is. This is code. That's a code word, and they're using every facet of their society to exercise racism,
right?
Which proves racism is systemic and systematic, and it's way deeper than I don't like you. You know what I mean? These things, these is this is here what you dealing with. The Democrats trying to change hearts and minds, and these people with a stroke of the pen, literally, is telling you hey, you niggas can't run nothing. You know what I mean? That's really what the hell it is. And Detroit probably just on there because even though they have a white mayor now, probably the whole staff, the whole mayoral council, all the local executives is probably just so black. Because Detroit had a brother who he recently died, who would check the whole mayor's council. Heavy voice brother, I forget his name.
Eric Mays, sir.
Eric Mays, that's it. Let me see if I get a picture of that dude right there. But Eric Mays is the nigga in but the HNIC. Yeah, I mean, go ahead,
Con, yeah, no, that brother, I think he might have been in Flint, but Flint and Detroit is still parallel. You still have some of the same governance situation. But yeah, I know you're talking about that brother Eric Mays.
Yeah, he definitely Flint. You're right. Yeah. He definitely Flint. I would say parallels within the state. You know what I mean? Go ahead, so
yeah, and you know, I was listening to your class earlier today in Leicester, and you draw a heavy point where you know they would talk in code now, so they wouldn't really come out and plain and say that you know, like Islam or let me say the Arabs and them. So like, when you hear the term Americans now, you would really think that you know it's everybody. But really, like how Kazakh now brought out, you know, in these cities, do have black men. Then you would really, when you really check it out, who is these Americans now? And then when you really look back at it now, they wouldn't come out and play, say, hey, like white people, you know, is the ones and them who is the ones who come up with this stats. And just like Captain Nata was bringing out, you know, it is really like going down that line. So like I said, I wanted to add that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're crafty with it. They're very, very crafty with it. You know what I mean? Esau, you know, one of his strengths is sales. Like that devil could sell something out. He put together a commercial for you. You going to rob and steal to go buy it. So just know he knows how to form things and package things, whether it's verbally, visually, you know, phonically, with you know, audio for you to hear. He knows how to do it. So when he comes and he says these are the, I mean, we're the least desirable, meaning, you know, nobody ain't gonna live there. You know, nobody wants to go there. So that's the capital of the world. What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah,
is the capital of the. Listen, what's his face? The beggar, Zelensky. Zelensky didn't go to Tampa. Don't disrespect anybody in Tampa. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to do that. But I'm trying to make the point. You know, when the head of NATO came, they didn't go to Florida. You know what I mean? You really want to look at the whole perspective of it, as they say. This is probably just more white supremacist type shit.
Yeah.
Really white supremacist. Wait, was there any more on the article, Kazak, or you want we could move?
No, we can move, sir.
I'm trying, right? Yeah, you black hairs, man. You don't want to, you know, a melting pot. Go read that article. That's a melting pot. You know what I mean? Go read it, man. So where you don't want to go? You'll tell me. You'll tell me what you don't want to touch on. Listen, not MLK, boy, and Trump.
Yeah, we can touch on that one.
Please, because Trump. I want to who the senile one is now. Was it really Biden? Yeah, I mean, was it really Biden?
So, like, what number is that, sir? Is it
12? Number 15? 15.
Yep.
Okay, come.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Trump compares his speech to MLK's "I Have a Dream," and Bernice King claps back. Flabbergasted by Trump's claims, even the NAACP had to step in to give the facts. Dr. Martin Luther King's daughter, Bernice King, always has time to remind y'all to put some respect on her father's name and legacy. So when it came to former Donald Trump recently comparing the size of his crowd to MLK's during his speech at the March on Washington, King was quick to step to him. Nobody's spoken to crowds bigger than me, Trump said during his press conference at Mar-a-Lago. If you look at Martin Luther King, when he did his speech, his great speech, and you look at ours, same real estate, same everything, same number of people. If not, we had more, he insisted. Driving his delusions further, the GOP nominee went on to say, look at it. And you look at the picture of his crowd, my crowd, we actually had more people. Before concluding, Trump made it known that he likes Dr. King, which is why he's okay with people saying he only had 25,000 and Martin Luther King had 1 million people. All of it false.
There's my African American. There's American vote. Listen, Trump better be careful. Them say, listen, some of them people in that crowd who went there, so they killed MLK.
Yeah.
He's that huge ass crowd and got a bullet in his head on a balcony. Trump better be careful. Careful. Everybody who say they love you. You know what I mean? Let me just highlight this one. Imam Shera Yisrael, or Yisrael, whatever. We have the first white mayor in Detroit in decades. We had a black mayor for 20 years. Yep. So you see why, Detroit is on there, even though they have a white mayor, it's too much black, in that office. They got to white it's for it to be more desirable now. You know what I mean? And listen, that's the scripture. The scripture is a whole nation not desired. Like how you have the article talking about the least desirable places. Like right now, it's turning to drive Israel together, and some people is just stiff-necked about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Trump is claiming that he's on the king's level, and I say the king speaking what's the word? Making a joke. I forget the damn word. He understand. I'm not saying the king like he's the damn king.
Sarcasm.
Yeah.
The sarcasm. You know what I mean? The sarcasm. You know what I mean? He's really clutching at straws at this point with even with the comparison. I don't know if he's trying to say that that's why he black people should vote for him. I don't know if that's what he's trying to say. Like what could he really be trying to insinuate by holding on to some situation like that? And again, it's not true. Anybody who was in DC that time or been around knew that Trump stuff was sparse, real sparse. It wasn't like that. So he's talking about at the inauguration, right?
No, I think he had a speech. Go ahead, Kazak Salaki.
No, go ahead, Cap Salaki, sir.
No, you go ahead.
Kawaka, I believe he's referring to his rally. He had a rally, and I don't know if it's recent or not, but I think he's referring to a rally he had in DC. I don't know when exactly though.
I mean, the only huge crowd I know he drew outside of January 6th was the that inauguration when he got in, and he claimed it was the biggest crowd ever. And I mean, you could see the field, you could see the floor from the sky. Yeah, I mean, you could see the floor, quarter on the floor from the sky. Right. So I don't know what you're talking about, but it's this down there is like this election. It seems like America is just really on its last leg. It's like before in when you're young in school and you're doing you're picking your teams. There's always somebody who left last and they just end up on the team because they're last. Whoever draw the last straw, they end up there. It seems like America is in that phase right now where this is just what you get. This is just what you get, and that's just it. And at this stage in the game, you comparing yourself to a dead man who America hated. For what purpose, really?
Yeah.
Salaki, if I could.
Go ahead, Cap. Please.
If I with one thing I seen recently of Trump, he was doing a speech and he had a black woman up there, and he said, you know, she came to him at some like restaurant and told him something, and he wanted to kiss her, and he's like, I don't care, I say stuff like that. Most politicians can't say stuff like that, but I can say whatever. It's like he's catering to the black vote. It's, you know, or trying to push in that, but it's like you mix the messaging, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. He's trying to make a play towards the black vote because he's seeing some sort of vulnerability with Kamala Harris and what the other side is trying to do. You know what I mean? I don't see sense in this one at all. To be honest. Go ahead, Kat.
And I believe that one of those members of the King family is supporting Donald Trump. I forgot which one it was. It was one of them. It was a woman. She supports Donald Trump. One of the relatives of Dr. Martin Luther King. So, and that whole King family has always been split. You know what I'm saying, on not just on the finances from his legacy, but even from where they, you know, what the dream means now. So, you know, it could be his play on redefining the dream, redefining what America, because remember, Dr. Martin Luther King said his dream is deeply embedded into the American dream. So you have you know, once again, you know, it's definitely a race. The race card is in full effect. Make no mistake about it. You know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris, she's running on race. Donald Trump, he's going to use race. Race card. And who told you that? Who told you that it was going to come to this? The ISUPK. We told you. For years, you sit up there and told us it's not about race. It's not about color. Now it's about race. Now she's a black woman with no black policies. Now, you know, you vote for Barack Obama because he's going to be the first black president. You remember that? We do.
Yep.
We remember it like it was yesterday. You understand? So even in politics, race is a major factor, and they play to the demo, and every race is doing it. They just had some Jewish, some Amalek, small hat group. They are having meetings and meeting with the different parties and saying, what does your presidency mean for the future of our country, of our race? You understand? That's what they laying it out. They saying, what does it mean? What does this mean for us? What will your administration look like for us? They're not playing, you know, the optics game. They're not playing, you know, take a picture of we doing photo ops. They want to know what policies, as far as national and international policies, foreign policy, that are going to cover our people. What do you have for us? Black people ain't doing that. Black people are not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Not that we should be involved in politics anyway, but it just goes to show you how every other race, they put race before politics. They put their culture before politics. You understand? So like, it's like
if I could say something too to back that up, like it's getting to the point where, like how Kevin Mashak said, it's like we in the end, and this is kind of like some Twilight Zone type shit, because it's like, excuse my language, okay, both sides is worried about black people so heavy. Kamala Harris is like, her whole platform is just trying to dance to black women and they in front of black women. It's just like, now Trump is trying to play for blacks. It's like, who would have known that we were so the issue? Like, we were so the ones you got to sway. Like, yeah, if you want to win, really, you got to get the blacks on your side. Or you got to, you know, it's just kind of getting to that point that why are both sides care so much about black people?
Right.
Like, why can't they just run their stuff and do and keep it moving?
It's the same thing from it's the same thing from Egypt, where Pharaoh said, "Let us deal wisely with them," because if we have an enemy and these people join the enemy, they could overthrow us. So with that said, we don't have strong political power, and when I say strong political power, I'm talking about the political power that comes from having a structure. Like, we don't have that type of structure that commands a strong political power, but we do have a lot of other powers that are, desirable to these oppressors, right? That spending power. How much $1 trillion they say black people spend every year, even though supposedly on the bottom of everything. You get the point? How much, things we influence, culture, movers and shakers. Like, we are very influential type of people, to the point where these brands, right? These brands are absolutely, they're living off of our creativity. They're living off of our creativity. So, it's you see it now where they're finding value in whatever they see. We don't see it all together, as we would have started mobilizing and galvanizing it, but they see it. They're making sure that they have access to it, to be able to tap in at any point in time. So this is why they do all this pandering to us. You know what I mean? All these pandering statements, the old fake set of pandering hopes where Kamala Harris going and shop for them wax records and saying this one here is my favorite and that's my favorite. Oh, and I love this. And I don't know how many people have favorites like that and don't even have the damn album. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a favorite. You would have had that shit, and you really would have been buying one, saying I have to replace it because I left this somewhere or I lent this out or something. But you've got about 10 albums in your hand. All of them is your favorite. And they cooking greens in the bathtub like a witch.
Right.
Yeah. The black people. Everybody asks you to make greens for them. Shit. So go ahead.
Come on, if I could, if she would really see black people, they like, boy, we falling for the okie doke. All she had to do was just say, "Come, look at my collection." She would already had a collection.
Exactly.
You gotta go to the store to buy it. If it's your culture, it's gonna be on your wall, in your bedroom, on your CD, on your album, your cassettes. If you was an avid music person, we would see that. You could say, "Man, look, I've been collecting. I got this in 1992. I got this at," you know what I'm saying? But once again, we falling for the okie doke, man. And that's how you know. Like, I mean, I'll never forget, man, in Baltimore, Maryland, going to camp doing Barack Obama's when he was campaigning for his second campaign for the presidency. And us being in Baltimore, I know Captain Mashar, Captain, I think y'all remember. General Katham was on the street. We was out there at camp. And General Katham, and they had a crowd out there. We was going back and forth about this Barack Obama thing. And General Katham grabbed the mic and he said, I'll never forget this. He said, "Okay, tell me does anybody out here that's black can tell me what policy Barack Obama has for black people?" And you can hear a pin drop in Baltimore. And there was this old black man that was right by the camp. He happened to muster up enough strength to get up to the front of the camp, and he took a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? From his soul, he took a deep breath, and he busted out the words, "He's black," and walked out. Yeah. I could feel the wind going inside. He was like, "He's black." And it echoed down the street, and he just walked off like he said something. And when he said that, I knew right then and there, it crystallized the moment where Christ said, "We are lost sheep."
Yeah,
it crystallized the moment. Now here we are. We're talking about Christ is black. That don't matter. Color don't matter. But now, when it comes to Barack Obama, he's black.
Right.
You see how we like to shift this thing here, man. The Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right.
You understand? Your identity is solid. Who you are, your culture is who you are. But I mean, I'll never forget that moment. because that moment crystallized so much for me, man. Shout out to all the brothers out there in Baltimore, that B-Town posse out there.
That's right.
All the brothers out there, man. You know what I'm saying? It just showed a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, Cap. I just wanted to make that point.
A good recollection that I remember that shit. Nobody knew nothing he was talking about. At that point, I was pretty crowd like an orchestrated type of movie. He just came forward and said it, and it was and it's like the just I was like, see,
yeah.
They're doing the same thing now with this Kamala. They're trying to pass black so bad, but I would say this: a lot of black women are turning their backs on them. They ain't having it.
Yeah,
a lot of sisters turning. I don't know if it's enough though, because the tide seems to already turn. Right. They don't pledge money to this girl. She could just buy a woman now and just do whatever. But a lot of sisters is not going for it right now with this thing here.
And so it's like, if I could, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead, Cap.
And if I could, what you made a heavy point, Cap, with the funding and the camp. Once again, they didn't raise millions for this chameleon. They didn't raise millions for her. Now, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Let me show you how bad this Democrats, how much they trying to get the ball rolling. They are now. There's a brother, man. He's a gamer, and he like a famous. He's a brother. He's a gamer, a famous gamer that be streaming. They reached out to him. He said the Secret Service and called him 2-3 times. He like, man, I don't do politics. It was a couple of them. They like, man, look what they calling me for. They trying to cut him a check, and he like, man, I do gaming. I don't, what they trying to get me in this politics. So they trying to, like you said, Michelle, they trying to buy support. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know that. And why do black women think that a person that has this much money behind her campaign, she's gonna be loyal to you? Because she's an AKA? Right. Because she went to Howard? Right. Like you don't never question these things. You never look at it and sit there and say, okay, why is she just putting black women into the category of abortion? Black women have multifaceted issues they have in America. Not just abortion, but you let her marginalize you because she went to a quote unquote historically black college. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and let me tell you something, you fraternity and you sorority Negroes, you starting to show your true colors now with these campaigns. Because a brother brought out something heavy, man. A brother up there in New York, was it Yahanna or Yahanna? He brought out, mentioned it on Facebook. She's vice president now. You don't have to wait to do nothing. You should be doing something now. You vice president. What have you done being a vice president? What have you like?
I was going to say about a thumb to what I can let me jump in here. Go ahead, Sir.
Come, you know what I'm saying? The water for Commander Junior Yahanna, you know what I'm saying, coming on, man. I was just saying about her vice presidency, you know what I'm saying? Like, now, what have you don't have to wait to do nothing. What policies have you done? She been MIA for the longest. She would have just been, you know what I'm saying, behind Biden, his policies. She has passed nothing independently, especially for black, Latino, or Native American Indian people, man. She hasn't done that. So once again, they are reaching out to, the word is, I mean, it got videos now. You got streamers getting on here, brothers I'm talking about 19, 20, some of them 17 years old. They making money on the streaming with the games, and her campaign is reaching out to them. We never even heard of her. We don't even know her policies. We just play video games. Why are the Secret Service calling me? Like, this is ridiculous. So her movement is not organic. They are trying to play the black women. And notice this, when she talk about issues, when she don't say black people, she say black women. They don't mention black men. It's black women. What black women want. Black women is. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do for black people? She don't have any plans for black people. The same way Barack Obama didn't have any plans for black people, man. So like I do.
And if Salaka, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, General. Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just gonna say that And what you're saying is so important now, because once again, here comes another Trojan horse right up into the black community with no gates. When the scripture said the gates thereof, language talking about how black, Latino, and Native Indian, the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel, have no defense. This is it. Like she's walking right up into the black community to completely gut it. And let me tell you something else too. That old sodomite she got up there as vice president. Between the two of them, because he ain't nothing but a sodomite, and he is a full-fledged communist. That cat there. You go back and check out the people he runs with, and the bankers and the people that's behind him. Damn near all of it goes back to some form of communist type. That's another thing too that I slept on. I slept on for years. How much the Communist Party is heavily into the black political arena. The Communist Party is in it. I thought just white people just talking mess, but there are tons of these communists that are operating in the black community and have been since the 60s. I'm beginning to now wonder if the rumors were true about Martin Luther King and others. It definitely was true about the Panthers, that the Black Panthers took funds from the communists and so forth. Not that I give a damn whether you get it from the white man or the Chinese man, is all the damn same. The problem is the agenda that you come up under is never, ever good for us. And if she stayed true to form and get in the White House out, she's probably going to be the biggest. She's going to be the biggest threat to the black man. I'm gonna say the black man, because she's going to weaponize the black woman against us in ways we probably haven't even conceived of yet. You think Barack Obama turned the black woman again, and the black woman is basically gone. Like outside of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, the black woman is gone. They've already taken her mind and pretty much destroyed her and turned you into the enemy against her. Kazak, if you could, can you pull up that tape where Kamala Harris said our children do better when we depopulate and have reproductive health? Pull that video up. Because this statement that she made, which is straight out of the same orifice as the Black Lives Matter, as the George Soros, as all these, so-called conspiracy billionaires. This statement she makes comes right out of that playbook. The future for black people, at least the plan of the future for black people, is to kill these babies at record numbers, to get rid of the black man and bring in sodomy and lesbianism on another level. Like the agendas is going to get crazy. Like in a minute, you're going to have to, in your own mind now, you're going to have to be bent to accept a man as a woman. Even though you're looking at a man dressed like a woman, it's damn near going to be an offense to say this is a man. It might even become illegal or considered some form of new racism, because they are going to gut the black family. They're going to gut that. And the black woman thinks she suffered. She listened to these fools before. She's about to suffer on a whole nother level, because now she's going to, she was already alone.
General?
General, I think you might get cut off soon.
Oh, how about now? Am I back?
Yeah. You straighten out.
Like the last 40 years has been absolute hell for black women. Black women, because of the destruction of black men and the destruction of the destruction of, so I'm getting so many calls coming in. My apologies. The last 40 years has destroyed the black woman. She's been lonely. She's been with no man. She's been a whore based on, what Esau has pushed on. I'm not charging her. I'm not blaming her. I'm saying that she's been the ultimate victim and has been weaponized against black men. And since Obama, these chocolate faces that's getting in office are mass destruction on the Black and Latino community. But from 2008 to 2012, the proliferation of Black homosexuality in America has been second to none. And now she's getting in office. She's getting ready to push an agenda that's going to just gut the last bit of the Black family, which is the communist way. The communists believe, and the Western way too, all of them want to eliminate the family structure. We talked about this in our lectures with Demons. I won't run on. But in our lectures with our Demons Real, we talked about how one of the biggest tools that demons use to fight against you in relationships is the roles between men and women. The roles between men and women give you the power to operate as a team to conquer all the usual things that life comes at you with. You take away those tools from Blacks, and what are you left with? You left with confusion, and that's what she's about to she's about to bring in, which is just another horror show. Not that Donald Trump is any better. You understand? The difference is the government is behind her. Donald Trump is the wild card. You understand? And he doesn't care much more for us either. Like he just knows because she's running against him, he has almost no chance of getting the Black vote. So he is campaigning hard to get the Black vote, because once you put a Black candidate in there like it was in 2008, it's almost impossible to get any percentage more than 1 or 2% of the Black vote. And of course, once you put a chocolate face in there, we're caught up hook, line, and sinker. We're caught up in the game ridiculously, and it is what sucks us down the road. Kahan, you said something either was on this show or last week's show. You brought out something that was so heavy. Somebody came out with, I don't want to just say it was you, but you could tell me, but it was real heavy how a minute ago, they was clowning Kamala Harris. They were saying she was nobody. She didn't do nothing. They said that all she did was go get her hair done. They were talking about that like it was an everyday thing. Now, all of a sudden, the Black community is rallied behind because they have well organized us in the Democratic Party. They have well organized us. And also, once again, last point, now because I played the tape, it is why it is so important that we take such a high moral standard, because they're going to murder our babies in these abortion clinics on another level. And the Black woman's going to help them do it. And so are these sodomites. Go ahead, Kazak.
Khan, sir, I'm not sure if this is the tape right here, sir.
Oh, man, I pray it is. Because she came out and said it, Nishad. She said when our kids have a better future, when we have reproductive health, when we lower the population, was all in her statement. You know what I mean?
Is this real recent, or is one from a few years ago?
Say again. This is fairly recent. It just hit the internet recently. I could try to see if I can find it, but it just hit the internet recently. All right. Anyway, let me yield and pass for now, and I'll see if I have it, and I'll come back with it.
Come.
Slack, if I could.
Go ahead, Cap. Go ahead.
Commander Yahanna was bringing out was so, because part of the leaders are going to bring in this destruction. I seen an article a couple of days ago about a group called the 10-Point Coalition out in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Fort Wayne, Indiana is like a medium to small size city with a medium to small size Black population. And this program, after they implemented the program, it's like volunteers doing things in the community. The crime went down in the city. The crime went down from like double-digit murder, arson, robbery, assault, everything went down to damn near single-digit. You talking 30 of them, 40 of them to 5 of them. And the mayor cut the program. I don't know if it was a new mayor.
That's
I
crazy.
think they had a new mayor, and they cut the program. And the leader of the program was wondering and asked him why. Like, why would they cut it? They tried to say it was internal turmoil with the group, but he said when the last mayor was here, there was no internal turmoil, or if there was, why didn't that get addressed then? Why is it getting cut now? And the point I was bringing it out is the leaders are stopping the progress for our people. Like, if they're gonna have they have a program that's slowing down the crime, why would they cut it? And I don't believe this is new. Like, I don't believe this is the first time it came across any politician's desk. Like, hey, this new program is working, and they're just like, oh, they never knew that something like this could work. I believe they've been doing stuff like this. And Kamala Harris, she had held a dude on death row was for a long time and kept some paperwork behind it where he couldn't be freed until she had to be forced to let the paperwork out. So she's diabolical. So it's not looking good. So Kamala Harris is not looking good to be voting for her, everybody.
Salak, if I could. I know if you were done, Cap. Salak.
Con, I'm done on that. That's it.
No, you made a good point about when they talk about, they cut these funds, they cutting these programs and so forth. There's programs in certain cities that even by just some of these grassroots groups that they know that are effective and they work. But the problem is that, for one, it throws a monkey wrench in the plan that they're trying to do, whether it's community development. When I say community development, that means minus the community, because you got real estate people want to come in. You got different people want to tear down certain communities and build up whatever kind of infrastructure. You even got these things they got called smart cities that they're trying to roll out. You got to understand that we are always in the way of progress, but they use us to progress. That's the thing. That's why the Bible says that we have laid our body down. They said to our soul, bow down that we may go over. Because they progress off the backs of us. We're not standing up when they progress. We're laying down. And that is how you know that when you see all these, look at the New York Times. Look at all these op-eds that's coming out now about the presidential campaign. Almost all of them are talking about race and how Kamala Harris race affects me, how I identify with her, and how they identify racially. Remember, your race isn't how you identify. Your race is who you are. But we have moved now, and remember the UPK told you this with the whole LGBTQI movement, the mafia, LGBTQI mafia. We told you that this was going to happen. When they were going to go transracial in a minute. We told you, we said it's transgender thing, and how you identify as your gender, they're going to eventually go there. That's why you had Rachel Dolezal. Or a white or quote unquote white woman who identifies as being black culturally. You understand? That's why you have Kamala Harris. So you have all these things. Once again, she's running on race. She's not running on her record because she doesn't have a record. You understand? Mm-hmm. And when you look at all these things, and notice this, how all of a sudden and this is how you know it's systematic racism, like Captain Mashak brought out earlier. If you ever want to know that it's systematic racism, always look at election time, because white people all of a sudden forget the race rules that they instituted all them years when it come election time. All of a sudden now race, the race thing and how they raise money, all of those things, all of a sudden you care about black issues, you care about black people, you put all this money behind a quote unquote black candidate. That's not true. Don't be so naive, brothers and sisters. Stop defying the Lord's convention. You understand? What we need to set up is more cultural barriers so this type of things won't happen, because if you hold on to your culture, if you hold on to your identity, your God, your law, statutes, and commandments, you dictate politics from the other governments. Believe it or not. The Lord said that in the scriptures. He said if we stay away from these people and make no covenant, we will be strong. we would be the head and they would be the tail. Then you just watch the Olympics. Look at us in the Olympics. Look at the break dance that come from us. Look at what we achieved for an empire or empires that we at the bottom of. Almost every country out there that had gold had an Israelite on there. Of Israelite, almost everyone. Everyone. You know what I'm saying? So what Commander General Yahanna said is spot on. And a lot of these things we have told you years and years before this day will come. And now you're seeing it before your eyes. And I'm gonna tell you something. All these shock jocks and radio hosts, they've been paid off. If they trying to pay consumers to endorse her, you know these radio stations that got paid off. You understand? So what you need to do is to not be fooled by this. Neither one of them, it's not our job to save this country. That's not our job, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? I know, I damn sure know it's not my job. I have a black job. Okay, since they want to talk about black, I got a black job, and my job is to save this country. My job is to save black people, help black people. That's my job. I can care less about this godforsaken place. You know what I'm saying? They want to try to pull out John F. Kennedy. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do. They blew his brains out in Dallas. That's what this country did for him. All right, so don't come with that try to give me all these national speech and want to go to the National Archive. Look, brother, look at that. I don't want to hear none of that. It's like I yield, sir.
Hey, God. God, I guess it ain't no working with you in terms of because the last cat that got his head blown off. The last two of them, actually.
God don't want come, sir. He's hell out here trying to go here with talk to these big head Negroes. I know I done got some more gray hairs in my head dealing with these Negroes.
So true, man.
I think it is it.
Go ahead, Slogging Cap. Cap, go ahead, Slogging.
No, I think Cap find it. Find the what?
No, I don't think that's I think this is the one where she talked about how much power she got with that pen. The one I'm talking about is more recent. This is way back when she was a young prosecutor, am I right?
Salaki Junior, sir, this right here is talking about when she smoked weed. This is when they was running, when Joe Biden was running for president and she was running as his running mate, and she talked about how she smoked weed, sir.
Okay, but does she mention I don't think this is it, because I think this was a speech, but give it a shot. Can you hear me? Give it a shot. Let's hear it.
Salaki, my time. Salaki.
When you watch Harris's whole interaction on camera, the situation plays out very differently. DJ Envy asks Harris what she listens to.
What does Kamala Harris listen to?
Charlemagne then asks a separate question as an aside to the senator.
What were you listening to when you was high?
Harris politely laughs, but then makes eye contact with Envy.
What was on? What song was?
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, definitely Snoop. Tupac.
So it's implied that she's answering Envy's question about what she listens to in general, rather than specifically what she listened to while stoned. Harris has been accused of pandering because of the way this played out. And it's not the first time a politician has been put in that position on the show.
What's something that you always carry with you? Hot sauce.
Really?
This definitely not. So hold on. There's a little bit more to come out of Harris.
Trying to make her position on pot clear, she found herself in a pretty sticky situation.
Do it.
Listen, I think that it gives a lot of people joy, and we need more joy.
We need more joy in this world.
Yeah, I don't think that one is it.
Yeah, they
never
really
get
take
any loans. You don't need to buy.
Say again?
No, I said Salaki, they really take us for a joke, and we the ones that they use to to promote everything. And as I say, we like the token basically in the middle, the pandering to us, because you know what I mean, that is them trying to show that their party is compassionate to, you know what I mean, to not just black people, but to minorities on the whole. You understand? That's exactly what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? They're just trying to use us. That's why with the I don't know if you could play that video with them using Megan Thee Stallion to you know what I mean, basically pander to young black voters. You understand? They know we like entertainment, and they pander to us. Like, what you're gonna do for the black community? Like, what's the percentage of the unemployment in the black community?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What's the percentage of black people who, you know what I mean, who's still paying for what's that student loan?
Exactly.
You understand? Like, where's the help for us? Where's the help for us saying, you know, as a first time homeowner, as a black person, I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna give you that. Where's them things being put for black people?
That's right.
You know what I mean? You promised, you made promises like what's his name? Barack Obama. Like with black people, all you had to do is talk a good game. Salakia.
I think
okay.
Salakia, General. I was trying to see what exactly she said. That it was better off if better off for not making, but better off if we didn't have the baby.
Yeah, I think she said something along that line. Like she said basically what you said it. You know what I mean? Maybe in, you know what I mean, more political terms, but she was basically saying, you know what I mean, like you'll have more money basically. You know what I mean, if you are less children.
And so, like, if I could,
you know
Cap.
Come on.
Yeah.
And if I, so like.
No, go ahead, Cap. I'm just lining up back up.
Thing. She never talk about scaling up the resources to accommodate our birth rate. We never do that. You understand? You know what I'm saying? She never sit there and say, well, you know what, we're gonna scale up the resources to accommodate, you know, this particular community having babies. Let's provide them with more resources. You know what I'm saying? And I found out this week, if I could, man, this is the word. Now, this is the word out here in Louisiana. Now, from what I'm hearing now, of course, the immigration issue is a major hot button issue in the politics right now. They talking about stopping a lot of Latino brothers and a lot of our brothers and sisters coming in from the Caribbean, etc., from coming over here. But I had got some insight. They're not gonna want to come on the show. But I spoke to someone in the state of Louisiana, and we were talking about immigration, and we started talking about you know what I'm saying, going into the truth a little bit, and they told me that the Ukrainians that are coming to this country in Louisiana, they're not putting them because the Ukrainians don't want to live next to us or in our communities. They're putting them in country clubs, housing. Hear what I'm telling you. And some of those country club housing in those estates are worth millions. And they coming from shacks in the Ukraine, coming over in the United States, in Louisiana, and they're living in the country club housing. Like, what does that tell you about our? Once again, they can streamline. They can streamline bureaucracy. They don't need all these laws. They bypass a lot of stuff when it comes to these other countries that they're in hand in hand with. So these are the things that go on, man. And a lot of these things we don't know about. Now, they'll never put that in the paper because it will be an outrage. But white people know it in Louisiana. They know it. But they keep it real hush-hush. They keep it real hush-hush when you come to resources. How is it that you can put somebody in $1 million housing up to hundreds of thousands of dollar housing that come from another country in the Ukraine. But you can't take care of our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean. You can't take care of our Latino brothers that's coming here from war-torn countries. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are the type of things, man, where you got to understand what's going on. Them Ukrainians, they don't want to live with us, and the government accommodates them.
Yep.
They don't pay taxes here. And I tell you, and let me let you another secret. They don't vote either.
Right.
Salaki, I yield.
And if I could, Lord, if I could, you bring that was heavy because I do moving. I used to have a little truck, and I'd give the brothers. We do moving jobs, and a few times the Hamites, the Africans, and the Arabs and whatnot. We moved them. One time we moved some Africans multiple times out of small apartments in the ghetto into damn near $1 million houses, like talking 8-bedroom houses. And I'm sitting here moving this guy's furniture. We moving it out this 2-bedroom apartment, wondering how the hell is he able to afford this place?
Right.
And the same with the Arabs. We did the same for them. We moved them in the house. They like 10 deep. And then I look around, the whole community had them in there. And this was in the suburbs, all big houses. And the whole street was full of them. Like it was their own little nationality street.
Yep.
And I'm looking, I'm like, these people ain't working hard like that. These ain't no scientists. This ain't no doctor. This is a regular guy working a regular job. What you're saying, I'm just doubling what you're saying, Kahan. The government is giving them these loans and house loans and big houses and cutting through the red tape to set them up. So these heathens, we're not desired, like Captain Mashak said.
Absolutely. And the oppressor is making sure the heathen get what they need over the top of us. You know what I mean? The oppressor is absolutely doing it. So, like everything you all described, they were able to come from there where they are, not work as hard as we have worked or contributed as much, and then get buildings and get businesses and climb over the top of us. This is the cases of the Bible. The stranger that is within me will get above me very high, and thou will come down very low. He getting above very high. We still not back on the Lord. And this oppressor is making sure to put these heathens under him over us. Now he's extending the gap between us and them. You know what I mean? That's damn near what's going on in the UK right now with all them street fires and riots. You know what I mean? You go into the history of the UK government bought those Muslim immigrants over and gave them, businesses and gave them breaks and put them in position as a reward for helping them control India, as a reward for helping. Like the same communist, socialist movement the general was just talking about being tied to so many black people. And one time, I think it was the early 1900s, Britain was very scared that India was going to sway the communist way because Russia was doubling up, territory. And, India is right there, and they, helped split the country in two. You know what I mean? Maybe even a little bit before that, I might have had the timeline wrong. But they definitely helped split the country in two. Civil war broke out. A lot of them Pakistanis came into the UK and got set up with businesses. You know what I mean? Where the 12 tribes of Israel was over here working and toiling and actually contributing to the country. And these heathens are now able to come in and live, so delicious and want to live as if they the original slave master. And the oppressor, he's tired of that. And he's basically saying, this is not an immigrant problem. It's a problem between him and them. Because he didn't have a problem with every immigrant. It's really him and them. You know what I mean? So it's very similar to what's going on there, where it's a serious amount of sellout and power plays. When I say sellout, meaning, we looking at them and they're telling us that they working hard, like Captain Kapash bringing up. They working hard and they could, attribute this. And you go home and you study and you figure, well, you're going to raise your kids harder and teach them to be smarter because, the heathen nations, they're just smart. And that's not the truth.
That's right.
When they get state-sponsored help and assistance to be on top of you, and you thinking this is, like a natural race. We need to catch up and run harder, and that's not the case at all. We so gifted, we actually sometimes do catch up to them. So imagine if you give us help. Like we catch up to them with nothing, with the Lord and zeal. And we match them in the industries, in the business, in the schooling, in the professionalism, in the science, the engineering, whatever it is. But they really, get tailor made. They get a super kit with the job.
Right.
That, and make them have shortcuts and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
If I could, you look at the Olympics. Oh.
Go ahead, Salaki.
No, I was going to say the same thing. Kapash, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I don't want to cut you off otherwise, Salaki.
No, I was going to say the same thing he's saying too. Like what Captain Mashaka is saying is heavy. You just look at, as Kapash was saying, the Olympics. You take a look at sports. You take a look at any sport that a black person find themselves into that is majority Caucasian, or majority any other heathen. We tend to excel in it and do way better than them. You understand? It's the same thing with the NFL. They like to push these so-called Caucasians to be quarterback, but there are tons of black brothers who are way better than them, but they won't push them to that forefront. You understand what I'm saying? So now, like they have to form a way to basically oppress us, because if they leave us alone, we for sure gonna, we gonna have what I call that Black Wall Street, in a few years time.
That's right.
Given the resources that we have. We really don't need them, but because of leadership, as the Bible say, in Jeremiah 14:2, without Gates' language, because of leadership, they able to come in and just, gobble us up and divide us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's lucky.
That's right. And if I could to double down what you're saying, like on the Olympics, like this, like really, if we can represent ourselves, we'd have enough medals to match any country. When it comes, I'm looking at all the different medals we're winning in gymnastics, and a brother won the gold in gymnastics, wrestling. A brother won the bronze in wrestling. We just anything we get into. So it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it, and it's more than meets the eye. It's more to it. The kingdom of heaven is within you. That's what Christ said. And just looking at how much these politicians want our support, want us to be on their side, lets you know that we have a lot of power inside of us. We have a lot of power inside of us as a people, and we don't see it. Like, we don't see how valuable we are. We really don't. Obviously, we got to be probably the most valuable thing in America. That the ex-president of the United States, the vice president of the United States, is trying to woo us. Be special. So people just need to see that.
Hey. Oh, you got the tape, Kazak?
Yeah, sir. It's right here, sir.
God, that's a hell of a tape. Let's you playing it now, Salaki?
So we set an ambitious goal to cut our greenhouse gas emissions in half by 2030 and to reach net zero emissions by 2050. The investment we are announcing today will help us to achieve these goals, and it will do so much more. Because think also about the impact on not only the local economy, not only on an investment in the entrepreneurs and innovators from and in the community, think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water. Think of the impact on family budgets. When we help folks upgrade their heating and cooling systems, we lower the cost of electricity, which means lower energy bills for working parents. So they have more money for groceries and home repairs and school supplies. Not only the local economy, not only on an investment in the entrepreneurs and innovators from and in the community, think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water. The impact on not only the local economy today will help us to achieve these goals, and it will do so much more. So we set an ambitious goal to cut our greenhouse gas emissions in half by 2030 and to reach net zero emissions by 2050. The investment we are announcing today will help us to achieve these goals, and it will do so much more. Because think also about the impact on not only the local economy, not only on an investment in the entrepreneurs and innovators from and in the community, think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water. Electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Like, if I could, so for our children to breathe clean air and drink clean water, multi-billion-dollar corporations that's dumping all their trash into the ocean, that's burning up all the fossil fuels, that's extorting us on every level, all the chemical plants across this country, they don't have to go nowhere, but we got to reduce population. Like, we're going to get rid of white kids?
That's right.
Let's be real. Are they going to get rid of the white kids? Are they going to get rid of the politicians' kids? They going to reduce population that way. Like she's an abomination, just like the scriptures say. They that are esteemed in this world are an abomination unto the Lord. Like she get in an office and she's already just like Hillary Clinton was, which you got to be in America if you a Democrat and you want to get somewhere politically. You got to be a abortion, super advocate. And that's what she's been, an abortion super advocate. And now that she campaigning, now we get the real end of the story, which is that on top of it, she wants to depopulate, which at one time, that whole depopulation bullshit, excuse my French, was a conspiracy theory. It was like a conspiracy theory. Oh man, that's a conspiracy theory. Ain't nobody trying to depopulate the earth. She just came out and said it.
That's right.
That ain't no conspiracy theory.
Huh.
Like, they want to reduce the population. It ain't no conspiracy theory no more. She came out and just finished saying that she wanted to reduce the population. That's how we gonna make this earth better. They on that agenda, man. That agenda of exterminating us and getting rid of us. It is so biblical. It's such a repeat of what went on in the scriptures, and it should motivate us. I mean, it should move our heart in the way that we begin to really realize that we are living a biblical life, that we as prophets of God are living a biblical life. And here's the killer: 99% of Black America either never heard it, missed it when she said it, or was so brainwashed into the euphoria of her being a presidential candidate that they never even picked up on it. Like, what she gonna do to us and what they've been doing to us is phenomenal. And the amazing part is they're doing this. They have to know what it is that they're doing, because it's obvious they're bringing immigrants in from all over the world, Africans, Asians, all of that, including some of the tribes. But yet they want to talk about depopulation. Why? How are you bringing in people from all over the world but yet you got a depopulation agenda. That means you bringing them in, but you're going to depopulate us. Like the prophecies is real. The prophecies in that Bible are real, real, real. And if I could I add something? I don't want to hog up, right? But, and I know it's 11 already, but can I just add one other thing, y'all?
Yes, sir.
To what we are talking about. You know, it is, I'll turn the air back on for a minute. I'll turn it on. Okay. One of the things, just shut that if you could for a minute. One of the things, if I could, y'all, Salakia, I'm in the car. One of the things, now this ain't gonna be popular. What I'm about to say is, what I say is usually never popular. You know what I'm saying? But I've been doing this long enough to not even give up. You know what I want to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let me just say what I'm gonna say. The world right now is celebrating Simone Biles. Simone Biles has done in the Olympic arenas what no other Olympian has ever done, to where she got certain flips and trips that are named after her. That's how super bad she is in that arena. But I turned her on and I almost want to vomit. And I'll tell you why. Not because of her. It has nothing to do with her personally. Because, of course, she's a great gymnast. But it has to do with this evil world that we live in. Here it is, a young black woman, okay, who was adopted into foster care by some of her other family members. Okay, then at the tender age of 15 or 16, was molested by that serial child molester that we all heard about, that went to jail, that had molested all those Olympic athletes. Y'all remember him? He went to jail. So now she's already a victim of that. On top of that, which she probably doesn't even know or even thinks of it this morally. On top of that, the entire world has to look up the crack of her ass for the last month. The entire world, like that, like the Olympic Games is fucking soft porn. Okay? Everybody got mad when they came out with the whole Last Supper filled with drag queens, and they should have got mad. They should have got mad, but the sexual deviancy in the Olympics goes beyond that, because this woman, I can tell you the way. Go ahead. Does this young woman has to go up there with basically with her underwear on and jump around and flip around all over the boards with everybody looking up the crack of her behind. And not only that, the things she has to go through to alter her body to be able to do all of that just to entertain and make the Olympics rich. If you look at all those athletes, none of them have any breasts, because their breast muscles, their breast tissue and the fat in their body that normally would be on a woman has been reduced to almost nothing, because they have to have, a certain physique to be able to do those extreme sports. So now even her feminine body and the things that her body should be producing is reduced to almost nothing temporarily. Hopefully, through the grace and mercy of the Lord, after this Olympic bullshit is over with, she can come back and, get her body back. But it's an abomination to see that girl have to do what she have to do for those medals. You understand? And to make her money. And on top of that, them Olympics makes billions. They build a whole city for those Olympics. Right now, you can go to Chicago, Atlanta. All of them have a centennial city. Them centennial cities are ex-cities that they totally built and renovated, or Centennial Park or some shit like that, because they renovated the whole piece of the city, damn near turned it into a city of its own, just to have the Olympic Games, to make themselves billions. Everybody think it's all wonderful that Snoop is up there and all that. And listen, I understand they entertainers and they got to make their money. This ain't personal to them, but it is vile and evil what this empire has done to our daughters and sons, all in the name of winning gold medals to represent a country that has us by the millions in the ghettos in poverty. You turn on Simone Biles and you hear a good, intelligent, educated young woman that is an athlete and has surpassed many in what she's done. But as she's walking down the plank or wearing that flag and representing that flag, what you don't see is all the millions of brothers and sisters of her nation that's been oppressed in the empire for 400 years. It's vile and evil, man. And I also, if I could add one more add to it, also too, you know, I turned on the MMA, and the MMA had a recent fight between two Ephraimites. You understand? Dana White, the head of the MMA, was standing on the side. And I watched these two sisters beat themselves bloody and half to death, all for the title of a few crumbs, a few dollars, and the title of being a champion. These sisters also had no breasts, and bodies were built like men, big shoulders and muscles, and beat the piss out of them. What I want to know is this: in the black community, especially you goddamn Christian preachers and the rest of you that uphold that Christian dogma bullshit. Like when you see a black woman walking down the street and she got 4 babies, you see a young girl at the age of Simone Biles walking down the street with 4 babies. Do you niggas celebrate her? Do you niggas celebrate her like, look at that amazing sister? Because she got 4 lives is in her hand that she's raising up. Do you say, woo, look at that sister? She's amazing. Because what she did is better than what Simone Biles did. Not knocking the sister and her great Olympic achievements, but the sister that raises four children does a more amazing job than her, because she's upholding 4 lives in the middle of hell. She should be applauded. She should be uplifted. She should be shown love. You Christian niggas make me sick, man. And you don't see it. You don't speak up on it. You just go along to get along. And now you're going to put Kamala Harris in, who's going to murder more babies, you understand, and in the name of abortion, and going to turn around and find other ways to depopulate us. I yield, man.
So, like General, what you just brought out is so heavy. A lot of people that hold the population thing, sir. There's a book called "Depopulation Bomb" that was written in the 1960s by some devil, and that whole the whole idea of the population being too much, like you said, General, is a conspiracy theory. Is not true. They have a word for it, is Malthusianism, something like that. And it comes from devils believing that it's pretty much it's the precursor to eugenics. That's all it is, sir. It's the precursor to eugenics. The first step is the belief that the population is too much. The second step is now they're trying to figure out, okay, now certain races of people are divided. And there's the good races and there's the bad race. If you listen to what she said, General, she's literally telling you that in order for the good race children to enjoy life, the bad race children have to be killed, have to be exterminated. And she's not talking about, sir.
No, go ahead. Like what you saying, you cracking open something heavy right here. Go ahead, please. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No sweat, sir. And so that whole idea is the forefront of eugenics, that in order for the rich white elite to live a life that's worth living, they have to exterminate our children. So what you said earlier, sir, about best believe it's going to be our kids, that's documented. That is absolutely documented with the forced sterilizations of Black and Puerto Rican and Native American women right here in the United States, because we were the ones that were deemed as the bad race, as undesirable. So when she's talking about depopulation, she's for sure saying these niggas and these spicks got to stop having kids so these nice, good, sweet white kids can live life enjoyable. That's what she's saying, sir. She said it right in the speech.
Wow. Give it up, y'all. That was heavy, y'all. Like I never even looked at the fact that I'm thinking they just gonna reduce the population. But what they're saying is for these kids to enjoy life, to enjoy clean air, we got to get rid of you niggas, man. You got to go, which is worse than just having a general depopulation program. That means you specifically have to eliminate the threat of us even existing in this place. Like we dealing with real life monsters, man.
Right.
Yep.
They deal with real life monsters, man. That was heavy. I'll give it up. One more time if I could. Dealing with,
And
you know.
And
That thing, that's even going back with that Henry Kissinger. Remember, he was I think a U.S. Secretary of State, and he wrote that random, I think, in late 70s, talking about the NSSM 200. I think the government file, talking about they have to reduce the world's footprint in order to sustain what they at that time, being first world countries, America and Britain and etc., for them to sustain how they go. And they actually list a lot of third world countries, a lot of them is where we are, and saying that how America uses, I think, over 60 or 40% of the world's natural resources, but the majority of the world's natural resources is in those countries. So in essence, they had to reduce the population of those countries so that the first world countries could live. So that go all the way back to the U.S. government with that Henry Kissinger, who is they look at him as a political scholar in terms of subduing and oppressing countries. That was his reputation. I think he recently died a year or two ago. So it's always been in their agenda, and they just keep refining it and polishing it and refining it and polishing it.
And to add to what you say, General, with them complaining about the population, and then on the other side letting these other nations come in. You understand? Why don't tell the Ukrainians, and then when they're coming in, they can't have children. This is what you're coming with. This is what you're going to stay with, and that's it. Yeah, you understand? Why don't tell them that? Why don't try to curb their population? Because it's not about their population, as they're saying, it's about our population. You understand? And this has always been the fear of the oppressor. Us outnumbering him. There's always been the fear of him. There's books out there. This book I can't get my hand on because the oppressor, he won $1,000 for it, sir. I'm not buying it. He wants, It's called The Bird Dirt by Ben Wattenberg, a small hat. You understand? They know it's about that. And just to divert for a minute, that's one of the reasons why they're doing that to the Palestinians too, because they can't give them two states. Now, if they bring them into one state, they are going to outnumber the so-called Jewish man. You understand? So now, guess what? They're going to have to go to war to reduce their population. With us, they're using their politics to reduce our population. So it's not so much in our face, like they're trying to do it. You know what I mean? But you're going to need leaders like yourself, sir, to show and guide Black people and let them know this is what they're actually doing. What they're doing to the Palestinians is what they're doing to you. You just don't see it, but they are doing that to you. They're reducing your population. They don't have to drop a bomb. All they have to do is put drugs in the neighborhood. All they have to do is put guns in the neighborhood. All they have to do is put an abortion clinic in the neighborhood. All they have to do is put the ABC store in your neighborhood, about 4 or 5 of them, right, wrong. And to reduce your population. They've been doing that to the Native Indians. Yeah, they kept them Native Indians down, oppressed their population, to a point now where the maximum, or I should say the lifespan for a Native Indian, it says what, 55 years? And then the kids dying. You understand?
Right.
Like come on. Like how much more we're gonna have to recognize that we at war with these people. Salaki.
That's right.
If I could. I'm sorry, go ahead, my brother. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm right.
Right.
Oh, so like I
I
know somebody else. I thought somebody else was about to say something. If I could, That's why the Bible says oppression make a wise man mad, man. Like these people, a lot of our people that's into this stuff, they're not wise. They don't understand. You know, you don't understand how the devil works. You know, when the devil come to you to make a deal, he's not coming as the devil. That's what you don't understand. He's not coming as the devil when he come to make a deal. You understand? He's gonna say this is for your interest, for your best interest. You know, so that you throw a lot of this integration stuff out the door because the air is more cleaner when you're not breathing it to them. Or healthier when you're not drinking it. You understand? Like these things, this is why, you know, the Bible tells us about times like these. You look at Haman with Esther. You understand? The Lord, he gonna give them they want population control and population reduction. It's gonna be the way they're gonna get it, but it's not gonna be how they think it's gonna be. Because they dealing with the Lord's chosen people, man. You understand? But the Lord is showing us, thanks be to the prophets of the ISUPK, the Lord is giving you insight. You know what I'm saying? Commander General Yahanna has insight as well as foresight to a lot of these issues, and it will behoove you to pay attention. It will behoove you when the Lord said that he's gonna call heaven and earth to be a witness against us. He said that in the scriptures. It will behoove you not to take it to trial. It will behoove you not to take it to trial. Because you see what's going on right now. These like a lot of our people, they don't even want to hear us. They don't, because what they plan is, okay, well, you vote for Trump? No, I'm not voting for no Trump. I'm not voting for nobody. Because this game right here is rigged. You want to try to use the civil rights movement. They want to try to use all these things. You got somebody cosplaying as black, and you got a white supremacist that have black people on his payroll as well. You being used as a pawn in this thing, man. You understand? And once whoever gets the office, you are going to get the brunt of whatever happens, whatever policy they give. And how do we know? Because it happened under Barack Obama. It happened under all these presidents. You understand? Stop. We need to stay away from these politics, man, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? Because and listen, let me tell you something else. A lot of them try to get mad at the UPK and say, try to come at us for being apolitical. But check this out. Don't forget what Commander General Yahanna did in Alabama. Don't forget how Commander General Yahanna sent soldiers down there for brothers and sisters to stand up against the police department, to vote out the police department. Commander General Yahanna sent soldiers down there. So you better check our resume. Don't try to vote about no vote. Okay? Because if it wasn't for Commander General Yahanna sending them soldiers down there, them people wouldn't have had the courage to vote out that corrupt police department up in Alabama. So you can save that crap. Okay? Because what have you done? Who have you sent other than you about to get these people lynched out here in some of these cities asking white people, are they registered to vote? They almost lynched a Negro up there in Virginia. You think you're gonna get yourself killed out here behind these man's politics. That ain't your battle. Your battle is your people, man. You supposed to have solidarity with your people, not these. You don't have an allegiance to these political groups, man. These political groups don't care nothing about you. Told you before. You don't vote for politicians, you buy politicians. And this Kamala Harris is already bought.
That's right.
Donald Trump, he's already bought. Stay out of their politics, man. So like I yield.
Yeah. So like I said. Yeah, no, I just holding the scripture in Exodus where, you know, everything that they're bringing out, you all bringing out, and even, you know, Commander General and bringing out. And again, you know, must say Brakataya, why I was for Commander General, and you know, holding on this truth where, you know, you could have the opportunity as black men, as young black men to really go out, you know, and you know, do the work we had been commissioned to do, you know, since the times that, you know, men are old, and you know, the work still continuing on even up to the day 2024. You know, the men on the ground, righteous black men on the ground, and continue to keep bringing the reminder, you know, and until the return of our King Yahushua. You know, it's so important today, even, you know, as we continue to bring out the truth out of our records. And I hold in the Exodus 1 chapter 1, 8 to 10. So
did you want to bring it up?
Can't cancel.
What you got? Brother? Exodus 1 and what?
1, 8 to 10. Chapter 1, verse 8 to 10.
Because I could pull that for the brother so you can bring it up.
No, I was going to bring it out for you as well too. So like how I mentioned, I always said to deal wisely now. So.
Okay. Was it something you wanted to bring up?
Oh, you bring it up because everything line up on topic now with how, you know, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Now, the book of Exodus. Go ahead.
Exodus, I got a priest. Exodus chapter 1, verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
We start from verse 8 now. So it will go into context and everything that, you know, they're dealing with.
Exodus chapter 1, verse 8. Now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Right, and you know, just as you've been taught, you know, and been brought up in the ISUPK under Commander General Yahanna, you know, Joseph was a man second in command in Egypt, and, you know, coming up under Pharaoh, he had that command where, you know, he would, you know, give us the opportunity as we live, you know, in a society where we'd be deemed to be, let me say, the worst in this society. And even today, you know, and this is why, again, Commander General Yahanna give us or equipped us with the tools needed to fight in this oppression that we are under today as our people. Yeah.
And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
And these heathens and them continue to say this even up to today, that every time they see us, you know, they would always have in their minds that, you know, the more we grow, the more we come together as a people, as a nation, because now we knowing over, let me say, as we say, this is one of the worst captivity that we have been in. And meaning that we don't even know your identity. And again, all of this, you know, comes in the spirit of righteous black men. And, you know, Commander General, and again, I keep on saying this because now it's something that it revived my spirit even today, to know that, you know, have opportunity to say, hey, yeah, I belong to people, I belong to a nation. So knowing this, it revived my spirit. And this is why it's so important. It's like it.
Verse 10. Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply and it come to pass.
Right, and this was the most important thing, because now we see that where they would, you know, come together, just like in Psalms 83, that crafty counsel, and they want to deal wisely. Because why? We continue to multiply, we continue to grow. And again, the last, you know, 2 Passovers that I came, and I see, you know, as we say, this nation being built of our, as we say, of the spirit of the Most High, and being built in righteousness, and to see family come together, you know, now the Lord really with, you know, this, the ISUPK under Commander General, the Lord really with us, because now everybody think that black people not coming together, just as I would say, that is a lie. You need to come in here to really actually see that. Yeah, so like it's.
That's right.
And it come on. Keep reading, Swap.
Yeah, can't cancel.
Okay, no sweat. And it comes to pass